I will not let this republic be split in two. My negotiations will not fail.
If they do, there aren't enough Jedi to protect the Republic. We're keepers of the peace, not soldiers.
You know I don't like it when you do that.
Sorry, Master. I forgot you don't like flying.
Well, you've lost it.
If you'll excuse me.
I hate it when he does that.
Anakin, don't do anything without first consulting either myself or the Council.
You don't need guidance, Anakin. I see you becoming the greatest of all Jedi.
The boy has exceptional skills.
His abilities have made him arrogant.
Excuse me. I'm in charge of security here, milady.
They are using a bounty hunter named Jango Fett to create a clone army.
Wait. We must stop them before they're ready.
Your clones are very impressive.
They'll do their job well. Blast! That's why I hate flying.
This is a crisis. The Senate must vote the Chancellor emergency powers.
As my first act, I will create a grand army of the Republic to counter the increasing threats of the Separatists.
Hasn't been a full-scale war since the formation of the Republic.
You must join me, Obi-Wan, and together we'll destroy the Sith.
The dark side clouds everything. In grave danger you are. Begun this Clone War has.
What up? What up? What up?
Hey, let's bring in. We have VP with us and his son. So, welcome to Jedi Council. We got Gonzo, Ken, and VP and Mike, and we're talking Attack of the Clones, probably the worst movie of the prequels. So.
Don't be disrespectful to the prequels.
Dang. I'm not. I love the prequels, but this movie, I watched it just before and I fell asleep. So I woke up during the good parts, but that was
dang. How do you know what the good parts were if you were sleeping?
I just woke up just in time for whenever they were in the arena and the beasts were attacking them. And then the
okay, never mind. That's the good part.
All right, so we've got a new Mandalorian season 2 trailer today. So, and I think we're gonna watch it real quick before we get into talking about Attack of the Clones. So,
all right, hit me with it.
I don't have it up. Yeah, I don't have it up, Jonathan. All right, here we go.
Razor stand down.
I'm here on business. I need your help. I've been quested to bring this one back to its kind. If I can locate other Mandalorians, they can guide me.
This is no place for a child.
Wherever I go, he goes. Here we go.
The Mandalorian, new season streaming October 30th, only on Disney+.
It looked pretty awesome.
Just let it be.
Getting better and better.
Oh yeah, and so let's talk a little bit about this trailer first. So it looks like he's gotten the hang of the jetpack from what it looks. But the one vehicle that Cara Dune was that one of those stormtrooper transports? It looks like maybe.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looked like to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if a lot of this is going to take place on Tatooine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I can't wait. What do we have, Gonzo? How many days?
9.
9.
9 counting.
Yes, 9.
Woo! Mikey, by the way, Joseph, say hi. I told him to come over so you can say hi.
Hey, tell Joseph I said hi.
Joseph, he says hi.
So before we move on, we got Michael Riley and Jaden. And Michael Riley says, "Hey, Chris and Gonzo, I can't stay long. I'm fighting COVID right now."
Oh, feel better, man.
Oh, yeah. Feel better,
Feel
man.
better, bro.
But the Mandalorian, we're expecting a lot. So there's a lot of stuff talks. We know Boba Fett's going to be in there.
Yeah,
we know for sure. There's talks about Ahsoka Tano, who they've said is going to be played by what's her name?
Rosario Dawson.
Yes, Rosario Dawson. And then they're saying that the Sasha Banks character they showed in the first trailer is Sabine Wren.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, you got the Funko Pop Millennium Falcon.
He needs to take it out.
No, I'm not. You crazy?
Yeah, take it out. I'd take it out, too.
I would definitely take it out.
I'm going to sell this to Ken. I mean, I'm going to... Never mind.
But also,
that box is huge.
But
yeah, bro, it is big.
But they're now saying that possibly in this season we're going to see Hera Syndulla as a.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be very fun.
Oh yeah. So it sounds like I think they're putting more money into this season.
Of course.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it's looking more and more like if it was a Star Wars movie than what it would be a television show. So, but right now, I believe The Mandalorian is what is carrying Star Wars for Disney right now.
Of course.
There's, yeah.
And the movies are all, yeah. And movies are right now, I think they stopped the movies for now. The new one. There's nothing going on, only that.
Well, I'm hoping with the success of The Mandalorian and with the new, the new series we have coming up, like the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, the Cassian Andor series. I'm hoping that they're going to start throwing money at that so they can make those really great, just like The Mandalorian. So
I'm interested in the Bad Batch that they're going to be working on.
The Bad Batch, yeah, that's going to be animated,
fun.
correct?
Yeah.
That's the wrong movie, Gonzo.
I'm not sure. I
showing
hope it's not animated, but it would be a lot better if it was live action. But
I really like those episodes there at the end of not Rebels, the Clone.
Yes.
With the Bad Batch, and I thought was funny. It was the leader. They made him kind of like a Rambo.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the Bad Batch, I really like those, which actually leads into Attack of the Clones, because we're actually talking about clones here. I did learn the other day the difference between a clone commando and an ARC trooper.
What's the difference?
Okay, clone commandos they're trained differently from the rest of the clones, and they work in small teams of 4, and they get behind enemy lines and they destroy stuff. Is what they do. All right, so they're not like
a commando.
If you would have put the commandos with the clones out there, they would suffer losses because they're not trained to fight like what the other clones are in great big groups.
So they're the G.I. Joe.
Yeah, you could say they're like the special forces of the clones.
Yeah, maybe Navy
Now,
SEALs.
yeah, well, so now you got your ARC troopers. Your ARC troopers are pure Jango Fett. They were trained by Jango Fett. Nothing was altered from Jango Fett. They are pure Jango Fett. They think individually, and they are loners. They more than likely they like to work alone. And it was actually kept a secret that they weren't altered, that they were pure Jango Fett clones. So your ARC troopers they're kind of the guys that go in, maybe 1 or 2, and they also go behind enemy lines, but they're not like what your commandos are. They're more like
almost like a stealth espionage
Right.
type, right?
Like an assassin.
Right. Yeah, like an assassin.
Yes, that's what they are. So, but your commandos could be assassins too. So
Yeah, they're just BA.
yeah, yeah. But so this is the first movie where we actually see the clones. Everybody from episode, I shouldn't say episode, A New Hope, or what originally was called Star Wars, heard about the Clone Wars in that movie. Always wondered what the Clone Wars was. What was Ben Kenobi talking about? The Clone Wars. And even before that even came out, I was looking up Clone Wars, and always like Wikipedia would come up as war fought before the Galactic Civil War and all that guys, or not the Galactic Civil War, but
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Where's my tea? Arlene, what's going on?
That was Mylene.
That was Mylene.
Oh, my favorite Valdez. Yes.
Oh, I'm not technically about this.
What were you gonna say, Gonzo?
No, I was gonna ask you. Wait, VP showing a white thing here.
Oh, it's getting washed out.
Oh, I got you. It's off.
Yeah.
I do not like these.
Oh, there you go. What I was gonna tell you is when you first heard of the movie, what you thought was the Clone War fight scene? Was it gonna be all the Jedi's fighting against soldiers, or was something else?
Are you talking
What
about
do you guys
before?
thought? Before the movie came out.
So you thought you mean from when they talked about it in A New Hope?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what it seemed like. It seemed like it was going to be something like that, where they were fighting clones.
Okay.
You never thought it was going to be the clones were going to be on. Well, there really wasn't a good side on this really in this battle, because the ultimate ending to this battle was killing all the Jedis. That's all that whole thing was.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Attack of Clones was basically showing the setup for Palpatine to gain even more power, and his setup to get rid of the Jedi. Obviously, it was foiled in Episode 1 in The Phantom Menace, because it was supposed to start that Galactic Civil War on Naboo with the Trade Federation, and it was completely shut down by Queen Amidala and, of course, the Jedi. So, but this time he's actually got it going now, which brings us to like Jedi Master. I don't know if he was Master, was he? Sifo-Dyas?
Yes, he was. Sifo-Dyas was a Master. Yes,
but he was one of those. They could see into the future.
He was psycho. I forgot what it's called, but yeah, he could touch things and get a sense for it. Yeah,
right. From what I understood, he always was around Dooku when Dooku was with the Jedi Order as well, and Dooku had always had an interest in Sith artifacts. So I think what it was is when Dooku finally joined Sidious, that's when they decided to use Jedi Sifo-Dyas. And because I think he'd been warning them about a great war coming over and over again. I think it was the Jedi was just like blowing him off is what it was, because he was going by these visions. And I think that's really, really what started this. So I think they kind of brought Sifo-Dyas in. Dooku did. I believe, I'm pretty sure Sidious funded for the clones. If it wasn't Sidious, it was Dooku, and then they brought Jango Fett in to be the one they were going to clone. I think I've seen something where there's a comic book where Dooku comes up to Jango Fett and asks him about being the model for the clones. So,
yeah.
If you have any knowledge on this, Ken, please let us know.
Yeah, that's on the bonus on the DVD. What Chris is talking about is on the bonus features on the DVD.
Okay. But you don't know.
I watched I don't know if any of you guys did, I'm hoping you all did, but I watched the animated series of the Clone Wars as well as the Clone Wars movie. So I correct me if I'm wrong, I think the Trade Federation was getting their money through the banking clan to continue the war.
Yeah.
But I don't know how.
You might be right. It might have been the banking clan they were getting to pay for the clones as well.
Right. And that's what I was trying to think, if they were paying for it as well, going through loans and whatnot. But
wouldn't you think that tipped the banking clan off of what was going on? Because the banking clan was on the side of the separatists.
No, the banking clan was neutral until Dooku and the separatists got some dude to be head of the banking clan, which Padme and him, whoever the
right. I remember
they got a thing because Anakin got jealous.
Yeah.
Correct.
But
this is where he actually went into disguise, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
Exactly. And it was like Dooku convinced them to like tax the heck out of the clones to keep the Republic, always in pretty much banking clan paying them forever.
Right.
I think that's, if I remember correctly, how it really went down and how they got the money for the clones.
Right.
But I could be wrong. I definitely know that how they got it for.
No, I think you're right. I think you are right. But I know that it seems like, all right. So you got the attack. The beginning starts with, of course, the attempted assassination of Padme, who isn't a queen no more. She's a senator.
She's a senator. Yep.
And of course, then you have Bam Wessel, 2 failed attempts at the assassination, and then of course Jango Fett puts her to death to keep her from giving out information.
Right.
And then the only interesting parts up until the one part is all about Obi-Wan trying to find out about the clones. But we are forgetting the one thing. The very first step is also of Anakin turning to the dark side is also in this movie as well.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. And
the first time you get to see Darth Vader for who he truly is.
Yeah. And from what I understand, the novelization makes it more graphic that he was actually raising them up and crushing them and everything else. He had completely unleashed his entire fury on these sand people, which is funny because of what happened to that tribe of sand people. There's sand people on Tatooine that see Vader as a god because they feel like, well, he got them, so they obviously did something wrong, and they build monuments to Vader. Yeah, which is really funny because now I'm going to go into Legends because in the books, Han and Leia have a son named Anakin Solo, and Anakin hated the Sand People, but yet the grandson named after him has a love affair with a Jedi that is a Tusken Raider. So it's
that's interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
So let me ask Ken. Ken, what do you think? You've been quiet. What do you think of all this?
This is the worst. To be honest, it's the worst movie.
I
mean,
let's be clear. It's the worst.
Jar Jar become a Senate.
It's the worst of the prequel.
Is it? No, it's the worst movie. I watched it 4 straight days and I fell asleep all 4 times. The book is still sitting there. I can't even. I start reading it and I just close it.
Did you see the sequels?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I put The Last Jedi at the very worst.
This whole thing is nothing but a love connection. The whole movie.
Oh, yeah, you have to have that.
This is why we brought tea. We'll just sip our tea over here.
Yeah.
No, but then you have Jar Jar Binks.
Alcohol. Yeah.
I mean, he gives power to Emperor. I mean,
let's be honest.
But that shows you the true nature of how diabolical Sidious was, because he planned the whole thing. He planned Chancellor Valorum to give up his power, and they put the Naboo native right? Because Gungans are native to Naboo as the senator. So Palpatine knew what he was doing all along, or let's call him what it was, his chancellor at the time. But I mean, he did. I mean, he was behind it all. So it all makes sense. Jar Jar's a doofus. So what is he gonna do? He's gonna be the oddball out, and be like, yeah, Jar Jar would make a dumb mistake and give him power like that.
Of course.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But what doesn't make sense is how you go to Last Jedi and they talk about forgetting everything, and then in the last movie they bring everything back. I'm just saying that's the prequels. I mean, the sequels that. But we're talking about Clone Wars, so we'll stick to that one.
So thanks for coming in, Katrina. Thanks for coming in, Gonzo. Jonathan Chong, thanks for coming in. Arlene. Who else we got? I seen Mylene was in here. Mar. Hey, Mar.
Migueline is here.
And, did I say Jonathan? I think I did.
Jonathan.
Sandra Cotret. Okay, I might say that wrong. All right.
Yeah, my wife. Just put
Gonzo's wife. All right.
Yeah.
Hi, Gonzo's wife.
Yeah.
That looks like it's it. Thank you all for joining us.
And Ken, thanks for joining us. Ken.
Yeah, Ken, thanks for joining us.
Next Wednesday is gonna sit here next to me. Yeah, so I can wake him up.
No, I mean, there's two good parts to the movie. You get to meet Jango Fett, so you kind of get to know him. And if Count Dooku and Obi-Wan actually work together to go against the Sith, that would have been awesome. But they did not do it.
That's a question I was getting ready to ask. Do you think he would use Obi-Wan to gain the power as a Sith Lord, or do you think he would have used Obi-Wan to destroy Sidious?
Yes. He would have destroyed him and he would have got the power.
I don't know.
And my third best part of it was Yoda fighting.
Well, yeah.
Other than that,
Now there's been discussion.
I mean, it has three great parts. I mean, there's plenty of other movies, not Star Wars, that don't have three great parts.
Right.
Yeah, but this is Star Wars.
It's supposed to be fun.
$653 million.
So I don't know if you guys know this, but yesterday, it was either yesterday or the day before, Liam Neeson has actually come out. I know we're talking about Attack of Clones, but
we talked about it yesterday.
Yeah. I think we were backstage talking about it, weren't we?
Yep.
Liam Neeson is, after 20 years, has finally come out upset with Star Wars fans on how they treated Ahmed Best because of Jar Jar Binks. And he said, when I was making this movie, I actually contacted my agent, and he said, I believe I'm working with the next Eddie Murphy. And the whole Jar Jar Binks thing completely ruined the guy.
It's true. I just watched a documentary on George Lucas talking about that. That was his big baby, Jar Jar Binks. He thought that was going to be the next big character, and he was really upset that it just died out. The fans hated it.
Yeah,
it was like having Goofy in a Star Wars movie.
Well, that's what I said. He was based off of Goofy.
But come on.
Yeah.
But Lucas said Star Wars is made for kids, not for adults. It's made for kids.
It is. That's true. So you're overthinking it when you're yelling about horses running across a ship in space. So
I personally never had a problem with Jar Jar Binks.
I've never had a problem.
Yes, he's an idiot. Yes, all those things are true, but it was just another character that was different. You know, it's kind of like so many people hated the Ewoks.
Yeah. That's what
I love. The Ewoks is one of my favorite characters of all time in Star Wars. But the purists hate the Ewoks. I don't understand it.
You know, originally, it wasn't supposed to be on the moon of Endor, and it wasn't supposed to be Ewoks. It was supposed to be Kashyyyk, and it was supposed to be Wookiees.
Really?
Yeah.
That would have been a lot better, to be 100%.
Yeah, that would have made more sense that they were overthrown by the Empire by Wookiees instead of little teddy bear.
It shows two things being Ewoks. I mean, A, it doesn't matter your size. B, it goes back to the point where Star Wars is a family affair where it's meant for children, you know. Otherwise, if it was Wookiees, then yeah, that could have been so much more of a freaking amazing battle and all that, but it would have been totally different.
Yeah, but when Wookiees fight, what are they known for? Ripping your arms apart. I don't think they would ever done that.
No, it would have been
with no arms.
It would have been too gruesome.
That's why the Wookiees' main enemy, the Trandoshans, they were able to grow limbs back, so that happened a lot. But yeah, so we got the love scene in Naboo, obviously. But here's the thing: you're looking at that
part too.
But no, you're looking at is like we can't. But no, you're seeing Anakin form another attachment, and this is one of those things that's going to start drawing him towards the dark side, because like Yoda says, fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate,
hate leads to suffering, suffering leads to the dark side.
Right.
Punch me, Chris. Punch me.
Where everybody belongs.
You want me to make a full screen?
It's a great pleasure to see you again, lady.
It has been far too long, Master Kenobi. Annie? My goodness, you've grown.
So have you. You've grown more beautiful, I mean. Just being around her again is intoxicating.
Be mindful of your thoughts, Anakin. They betray you. You have made a commitment to the Jedi Order, a commitment not easily broken.
Please don't look at me like that.
Why not?
It makes me feel uncomfortable.
Sorry, milady.
Must be difficult having sworn your love to the Jedi. Not being able to do the things you like.
I'll be with the people that I love.
Are you allowed to love? Thought that was forbidden for a Jedi. You're making fun of me.
No, I'd be much too frightened to tease the Senate. We could keep it a secret.
You'd be living a lie. I couldn't do that. Could you, Anakin?
She's a politician, and they're not to be trusted.
I've heard this lesson before. You haven't learned anything, Anakin. It's all Obi-Wan's fault. He's holding me back.
You're not all powerful, Anakin.
Well, I should be. Someday I will be the most powerful Jedi ever.
So while this was going on, I was just told that this is called the Jedi Council.
Yeah,
I don't belong here. Then I just want to say that. I'm not. That's not me. I just want to say that.
I did notice, and I did see a little bit of love affair because I did wake up a few times. But does he not come off kind of creepy with the way he is with her? To me, he comes off kind of creepy.
Well, yeah, I mean, her attention.
Right, I understand that
the wrong way.
But it's also his first, right? I mean, isn't everybody a little weird with their first? Like they don't know. I mean, you don't fully know and understand what the heck you're feeling.
Right. But I mean,
especially with him, with everything else he has going on internally, right? Like,
that's true.
But I meant you're not like the first time you go out with a girl, you're not like trying to sniff her hair and stuff like that. I mean, you're trying to play it cool, but this didn't even look like he was trying to play it cool at all.
Chris, you may have just offended a bunch of people. I don't know. There's somebody out there probably does do that.
I see it. You know That seems like my thing on live streaming anymore. Is I could offend somebody.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Oh, you can see that his hate start growing.
Right. Oh yeah.
So
was Adam a cougar since Anakin was younger?
Yeah. So
I it would make her a cougar. It'd make her probably more of a MILF, even though she didn't have a child, because there was how many years? She was 14. He was 9 when they first met. So it's not really that big of a difference.
It's 5 years.
Yeah,
5
Mom
years.
and Dad. That's mom and dad for me. Yeah.
That's a cougar.
I don't know. What were you saying, God? I'm sorry.
Arlene, go to the room and smack him. Arlene. Pay attention, Arlene. I was gonna say is that
right now.
Oh, she is. Oh.
Yeah, she's babysitting
She's
Obi-Wan.
babysitting Obi-Wan.
Bring him in so we can see him.
No, he
just saw him.
He fell asleep.
Oh, he did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He knocked
looked
out.
like Ken a little bit. Listen, what I was trying to say before I forgot. Chris, you interrupt me and you.
I'm sorry, I wanted to bring up what Mar said. Is all I wanted to do.
What I was saying is that you see the love stories and stuff like that, but reality, you see how Anakin's becoming Darth Vader little by little.
Yeah,
movie.
Right.
Yeah, and I think the one thing that a lot of people don't realize, these 3 movies aren't only about him becoming Darth Vader. This 3 movies about how Palpatine becomes in power and becomes the Emperor. So,
do you think Palpatine was already in his head and was playing with him little by little? Do you think?
There's a lot of things. They believe that Palpatine and Plagueis were the reason why Anakin was created. Not that they created him on purpose. It was they were trying to create life, and Anakin was the result of the Force pushing back.
Well, in the book, Plagueis did not know who it was. He knew there was somebody, but he never knew.
But what was weird about that whole situation was Plagueis was scared of Anakin, where Palpatine was more wanting to get a hold of it.
Yeah, he wanted to get him under his wing.
Right.
I mean, the whole thing was, the story of Darth Plagueis is Sidious needed to live forever, and he found that through Anakin. But it was never fulfilled because he didn't kill him in anger. So
correct. But I mean, Anakin, I think a lot of it is what's weird is you're watching the prequels and for some reason he's going to become Vader, and you kind of don't want to like him because he's going to be Vader, but yet then they give us the Clone Wars and you fall in love with that character. And the Clone Wars is Anakin with his whole connection with Ahsoka Tano and everything like that. And it's just it's kind of weird how they pull you both ways in different aspects. So
nah, I'll be honest, I never hated Anakin. I never hated Darth Vader. Nope, could never do it. That's honestly my favorite character. Simply because I feel like I can relate to him. So I'm the good guy, but I wear the emotions out and passion, all that good stuff. So.
I guess I'm not saying hate, but you're like, I don't know how to say it. It's where he's going.
Right.
Yeah, everybody knows where he's going unless you've never seen the movies before. And I've seen people who've seen the movies for the first time and they watched the prequels first and can't believe that Anakin became Vader. But no, I feel like there's a different feel for Anakin in the movies compared to in the Clone Wars. And like I said, I think this movie made him look really creepy. I don't know if it was the direction for Hayden Christensen or if it was Hayden Christensen's whole idea to do that.
The thing with Hayden Christensen is he wanted to really tie in
Look at the camera.
Everybody. So Luke, Leia, he wanted to make sure that you could tell that those were his kids.
Right.
But instead of him coming off as emotional in the movies, he came off as a whiny baby like Luke was.
Right.
So that's really the big turnoff is how, Hayden Christensen, why nobody likes him as the actor, but it was all just going based off of how Luke acted growing up.
Well, even George Lucas said that Hayden Christensen played the
it
role
phenomenal.
Oh yeah, he did.
Right.
He did.
Yeah.
For sure.
I wish they would bring him back. It sounds like there's going to be something in the Obi-Wan
Mandalorian.
series where they're going to. I don't think we're going to see him in the Mandalorian. I think it's going to be flashbacks in the Obi-Wan.
The Obi-Wan. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
the Obi-Wan. Yeah, the Obi-Wan. My bad.
So, but I mean, the whole thing was I think it looked like they captured Jedi a little too easily in this movie. Is what it looked like, because you think of these guys as superheroes, and you got Obi-Wan Kenobi gets captured, and then Anakin gets captured. They're hooked up to the pillar, and they're just standing there talking, and Padme's already in action, getting up, and it's like she's not even a Jedi, and she's already acting before the two of you. But I think what it is the reason why that was happening is she's thinking, and they're bickering like two brothers, is what it really is.
Pretty much the whole movie, Anakin was bickering with Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
I hate you, everything, constantly.
Right.
Well, I meant that's what it was. They were. It was never a father-like figure. He
right.
In this movie, he's ever even said that he's like a father to me. No, he was never like a father to Anakin.
Yeah.
It was always like a brother.
Yeah,
like
Obi always said, "You're like my actual brother."
Right.
But he was jealous of actually of Obi-Wan.
That's what I was gonna say. That he was jealous. Yeah, he thought that Obi-Wan was messing around with Padme.
No,
which we already know it wasn't.
No. He always in the Clone Wars in season 7, it was obvious Obi-Wan always knew of Anakin and Padme. So I knew Obi-Wan would never even come near that because he fell in love with Satine.
Yeah. Well, see, that was another talk. There was a whole thing I watched where Yoda was not happy with Obi-Wan training Anakin because Obi-Wan had attachments himself. And it was already an attachment because he was training this boy because of what Qui-Gon Jinn said before he died, which was shown as an attachment. So why Yoda went ahead and allowed Obi-Wan to be his, master, I don't know why. You figure he would pick if he would have picked somebody like Mace Windu.
That would have been disgusting. I would have loved to have seen that.
There's another YouTuber that I watch who Star Wars Theory, and
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking. Yeah, I watched that.
And he talks about if Mace Windu would have trained him, that he would have actually let him into the Jedi, the locked off part of the library, to see some of the Sith information. Because he was kind of like Qui-Gon Jinn. They kind of walked that same edge.
Right.
So, but yeah, so I mean, there's lots of things like, what would have been different, but it's not, you're never going to find out unless, once again, they're going to start doing the Star Wars like they did with the MCU. So we might see some differences. And I've heard Hayden Christensen might come back for some of those.
I mean, yeah, that would definitely be very fun. I know that since Disney has taken over, they're gonna go, and I'm sure you guys know this is going away from the whole trilogy thing and gonna go with 200 years before the Skywalker, or 400 years before the Skywalker saga, and try to do it in, the MCU type style, the cinematic universe. So, I mean, that's what I've been reading up. That's how they're gonna try and pull it off now. So I think that'd be good.
They definitely need to make a Revan movie.
Yes. And Keanu Reeves as Revan.
You want Keanu Reeves as Revan?
Keanu Reeves as Revan.
The character actually looks like Keanu Reeves, doesn't he? But
that'd be awesome.
But yeah, so we get to the end of Attack of Clones, and of course, there was I've seen some stuff about when it came down to the fight with Dooku. Had it not been that Anakin had an attachment to Padme, that they probably could have took Dooku but due to the fact that he's worried about Padme and wanting to get back to her, he's very hasty, attacks when they're, Obi-Wan's telling him to slow down. And if he wouldn't have had that attachment, they probably would have just took Dooku easily, because he would have listened to Obi-Wan and they would have just took him together.
Sure.
But is it that, or is his anger? Because he did the same thing inside the last one against Obi-Wan.
Oh, that's true. But
what do you mean?
His anger gets the better of him, and that's when he always gets something cut off.
I mean, I don't. When I watch Clone Wars, I don't see, in that particular sense, anger coming from him. I see I want to get back to Padme. Let me go ahead and get this over with. The rushing, like he always is, because he's always so quick to rush into things without really thinking of it, and that's his problem or that's Obi-Wan's problem, is he never thinks, he just acts. So I don't really. I mean, I personally didn't see it really as anger. I just saw, hey, let me go. I want to go get my woman, so let me go get my arm chopped off. Basically, it's,
Yeah, which I actually had heard that Sidious was upset with Dooku for cutting off Anakin's arm.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
I did not.
Oh, yeah.
I did not know.
You understand? You lose an arm. That's midichlorian count that goes down.
Sure.
So he was very upset with that. So I think he was. I think that's the reason why he called for, at the end of course, or not at the end, but beginning of the Revenge of the Sith. For the head cut off, because
head cut off.
Yes. So
I didn't think he was gonna do it, by the way.
Oh, he was.
I mean, this is the guy who's leading up to killing younglings, so.
I definitely thought he was going to do it. I mean, for sure.
I mean, the guy slaughtered a whole entire Tusken Raider tribe.
Without even hesitating.
Without even hesitating. Yeah. That's crazy, right?
Yeah. Now, I did like this movie that they reintroduced Shmi Skywalker back, because I think it gives you a little bit more background of Anakin himself whenever you get his mother in there.
Yeah.
So, what do you got?
I mean, that was his first loss, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Really, if you think about it, it's Anakin's first love too, is his mother.
Right.
And 3CPO.
3PO. All
right. Come on, hit me.
Don't be afraid.
I'm not afraid to die. I've been dying a little bit each day since you came back into my life.
You love me? I thought that we had decided not to fall in love. That we would be forced to live a lie. And that it would destroy our lives.
I think our lives are about to be destroyed anyway. I truly, deeply love you. And before we die, I want you to know.
I was beginning to wonder if you'd got my message.
I retransmitted it just as you had requested, Master. Then we decided to come and rescue you.
Good job.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Just relax, concentrate. What about Padme? She seems to be on top of things.
So yeah. Now wait, the beginning. If they wouldn't have gotten to that position, she wouldn't have never revealed her feelings for him, right? And the whole thing is he says, "I thought you said this would destroy us." I don't think she realizes that being in love with him is what destroyed her. Is what it was. So
that scene there at the beginning, it reminds me of the Titanic. I never let go. Oh no, I never let go. I think this movie could have been a little bit better. A little bit.
Like Mike was saying as we were watching that clip.
Mm-hmm.
Why did Obi-Wan have to be a jerk about Anakin and them coming to try to save him?
I think it's all about. That's what's weird. It's all about Obi-Wan, about Anakin not obeying, and his whole thing was he was told to stay put, and here he is trying to rescue him, and of course it's failed. And I think that's whole Obi-Wan's thing, which is really funny because Obi-Wan tends not to obey at times as well. So
correct.
It's more of a do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if they had wrote the relationship to be more of a father instead of a brother,
right.
I think it would have been a better storyline, in my opinion.
But that's also where Obi-Wan. Yeah, see, that's also where Obi-Wan realizes he failed.
Yeah,
is because he treated him like a brother.
But I think Obi-Wan always did everything the correct way. I don't see him doing something he wasn't supposed to do. He always listened to Qui-Gon. Like, literally, it was the straight path.
No,
Obi-Wan always straight path.
As a master, there's been several times. It might not have been in these movies, but you see it a lot in the Clone Wars, where he disobeys orders that are given to him. Like he was never supposed to go to Mandalore during the time of the wars to try to say, I mean, so, and that's an attachment on Obi-Wan right there. So, but yeah, so, and
do you think that they wrote that story where to where that relationship was him being more like a brother when he should have been like a dad? Do you think that in a way had to do with like society, like showing how as a father you should be more of a father and not a friend? Because
I think what it was that's basically it. He need to give him more structure, more he should have had him.
Yeah, but I think
he was too close.
Yeah,
that was the thing for Obi-Wan and Anakin, for really to think of him as a father figure. But yeah, he should have been gave more structure. gave him more responsibility, made him more responsible. And but I think if you had an Anakin that had that kind of stuff, you wouldn't have the Anakin that would take the risks that he took that we usually would end up paying off a lot of times.
Yeah, but I think, but Obi-Wan knew that he was the guy. He was the one who's supposed to bring the balance. I think he let him get away with stuff because of that. But,
yeah, right. And absolutely, and it was because of Obi-Wan that had his attachments to Satine. I mean, he came out and even said it. Had you would have told me to leave the Jedi Order, I would have left.
Right.
And Obi-Wan understood exactly, how Anakin and Padme were. So that's where the brother came in and was like, okay, well, I know how this feels. I'm going to let you ride your wave because that's what happened to me. I did my own thing. The difference is that Obi stayed the path of a Jedi and Anakin didn't.
Right.
So, I think, it's just Obi had the empathy, and that's where he messed up. He wasn't strict enough.
Right. Yeah. But then the other part I see in that scene is who takes prisoners and don't frisk them? I mean,
come on. I think Anakin was out of control already, and I don't think Obi-Wan took control already. And at this point, he was already out of control.
Right. The arrogance in Anakin also was pretty high. The whole thing is Obi-Wan's holding me back. I could be more powerful than what I really am.
True.
So
true. Mark put a comment there. I don't know if you see it. It says, but Anakin has been a slave and an orphan. He might not have accepted a father figure.
That's true.
I mean,
but then
that could be true. But on the opposite side, because of that, he may have even been more attached into that because he needed that.
Right.
Do you think
that was his father figure?
Who?
Yeah, that was. He should have been the father figure for Anakin.
Yeah, it was originally supposed to be Qui-Gon.
Yeah. So if he wouldn't die, you think if he would train it, he wouldn't go to the dark side? Qui-Gon was the
because I think Qui-Gon would have actually took him to Tatooine when he started having the visions of his mother and stuff like that. But the other thing you got to remember, this is a 9-year-old kid. From the time he's 9, is being told he's the chosen one.
Yeah,
I mean, it's no different than LeBron James. I mean, same thing.
I don't think anybody told LeBron James when he was 9.
At 15, he was called the King. Or 12, he was called the King. Come on now.
Yeah, 15.
He also said he would never play outside of Ohio. So,
yeah. He never played outside. It was too cold to play outside. Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, you got to think about it. There was a lot of stuff going on with Anakin, and that whole slave thing kind of sticks with you too after you've been a slave. So,
true.
I mean,
Chris froze.
Yeah, Chris froze. I mean, he's always been a slave, whether that's slave on Tatooine, a slave to Palpatine, slave to his emotions. He's always been a slave. So that's that's his downfall.
Exactly.
Use him. Big time.
Yeah, I mean, even when he had a little bit of freedom, like you would say with the Jedi, he just turned himself into a slave when he gave into Palpatine himself. And Palpatine even let him know that this was what he is. So
yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah. So there's I don't know after the Tusken Raiders if there was any chance of turning him back after that.
There's so much hate that he got there.
Yeah. But there was we've seen. I mean, we kind of seen the dark side come out of Obi-Wan in the last movie. Right after Qui-Gon's killed, the way he's battling.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
That was the only way he was going to be able to beat Darth Maul was by just tapping into it just a little bit.
But
Right.
wait a second, he never killed him. Because we saw him
No,
in what movie?
he didn't. Right. He never killed him.
No.
But I mean, he still had to tap into the dark side to beat him.
He kind of killed him. The only reason why Darth Maul was still alive is because of his hate.
He
and
hated
rage.
Obi.
Kept him alive.
Yeah. I mean, he just killed him at the end in Rebels.
Yeah.
On Tatooine.
Yeah.
But I think somebody also said they brought him back since then. In the book. Or in comics.
Obi-Wan and Maul, they've been fighting. He dies. Right. He dies when Obi's mad old. Like
right. But somebody that was in the chat said that somewhere in Legends or in comic books they brought Maul back after that.
After that, oh wow.
Yeah.
So at one point, Vader and Darth Maul were together, kind of thing.
No.
I mean,
no,
not in a sense together, but not apparently. I guess in Legends, I've never heard of them being like anywhere near each other in terms of working together or being close in proximity. He's either the closest thing. It's Maul's been on Tatooine to Vader when Vader was in his suit.
Look, Obi-Wan is in the house. Look, Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan.
You said, but you
he
saw
knows his name already.
When you get to Rebels, you hear him stop referring to him as Darth Maul. It's just Maul.
Maul, right? Yeah.
Maul, yeah. Call him, BP. Call him.
Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan. He's a good boy.
I'm sure he likes that beer.
He was being a stinker earlier and crawled under the couch and wouldn't come out.
Wow.
And the couch is against the wall, so it was a mission to get him out.
I'm sure.
Oh,
How old is he?
How old is he?
3 months and 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a baby.
And $5,000 less.
Damn good guess. Damn good guess.
This is a good boy. Yeah.
But yeah, we're almost up. So I guess why don't we go around and see
we're playing music at church?
If you possibly can, where would you? I know where Ken would.
Oh, we're almost done. Is that
guys? Where would you rate this movie?
Arlene, leave him. Yeah. Let's mess it up. What's up, Chris? Sorry, Arlene interrupt us again. Where are we going?
Where would you rank this movie in the Star Wars movies?
Ken, go first.
Yeah, go ahead, Ken. Go ahead.
I know where Ken ranks.
Number what you said, Ken?
Number 11.
Number 11.
It's number 1 2 times. Number 1 2 times.
I would say the last one was the worst one, and then this one.
Okay.
I didn't like the last one. I'm sorry.
So you're saying Rise of Skywalker is the worst one for you, and then you put Attack of Clones.
Yeah.
What about you guys, Mike and VP?
I don't know. I've honestly never sat down and ranked the movies. I enjoy all the trilogies for each themselves. There's not are the first 3 more boring because it's a lot of backstory? To me, yes.
Right.
So I would probably say that this is probably second from the bottom, or maybe it could be the bottom, just because I love the pod racing in the first one. Like,
yeah,
right.
I love racing, and so that's fun.
Right.
But BP, it's totally different. I mean, we have the 3 is about the story that, the story of Vader and stuff. But the first one has more action, more things that you want to stay and watch the movie. This was like it went sideways. I don't know.
Yeah, because it is. They're slow. These are a lot of backstory and so there's not a lot going on. I mean, I know what you're saying, but to me, I still enjoyed them. I liked them.
I think one of the problems is with most Star Wars fans is you want that scene from the end of Rogue One to be every movie. That's what you want.
Yeah. For real. And I think you hit it on the head there, that's what a lot of people expect. You know, they want all the elements all the time, and you can't have a 9 or 12 film saga and have that. It's not feasible.
Right.
Not to have a cohesive story.
What do you think, Mike?
The whole sequel was not cohesive. I'll tell you that real quick. So, anyways, but we'll stick to the prequels. It's really tough because the prequels, to me, it's about action. You get more of it in terms, with the original trilogy. The original trilogy is more of the story, setting up for the story.
Right.
There's not much action in it, so it's really tough for me at that point, because the sequel is the prequels are my absolute. That's what I grew up with, so I'm always gonna be the diehard for them. However, with no bias in it, I'll say it at least cracked the top 6 for me. Yeah, simply because of
it's because he hates the last 3 movies.
I don't like the last 3 movies at all.
I could see the last
first
2.
one. I mean,
I did like Force Awakens.
Force Awakens was good.
Yeah.
The Force Awakens to me was the first one, but it felt like just a repeat of the original trilogy.
No, that's true. Yeah.
Right.
I guess.
Which is so
Gonzo's like, so what's wrong with that? Well, it's already been done. That's what's wrong.
It's not the Death Star. It's Star Killer Base. So it's Death Star times 10. Okay, cool. Anyways, that's in case anybody doesn't know, the Star Killer Base is actually planet Ilium, which is where all the Jedi get their crystals from.
Right.
Fun fact. But yeah, I'd definitely say top 6 for me because of the action. The action, seeing all the Jedi come and then in the stadium, and you see that one purple lightsaber.
Even with Rogue One.
I'll tell you, Rogue One is not in my top 6.
Really? Wow.
Ooh.
I'll tell you, Rogue One is not in my top 6.
Mikey, what do you just say, Mike?
Rogue One is not in my top 6.
Mikey,
Maybe top 7. Maybe top 7, but not top 6.
Mikey, make sure you come with us every Wednesday, Mikey.
I mean, let me ask. I know we're kind of going off, but Rogue One, besides the ending, what'd you love about the movie?
Oh, I love the whole thing.
Everything.
Everything. Okay, so I didn't ask. I asked for one thing. What's that one thing?
Everything.
I love the battle scenes. No, really, the battle scenes were amazing.
Yeah. I can like that. It was fun.
It was different. You know what I mean? You're watching a story about it's not the Skywalkers. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a whole different story that's happening at the same time. Well, not at the same time, but before. So, and you kind of get a feel more for like Saw Gerrera, and how the rebellion was before they actually became a true formed rebellion.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they were just a thought.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, still not top 6 for me.
I truly believe you could take away the crawl and just butt Rogue One right up to the front of or A New Hope, and you'd be fine with it.
My biggest thing to me was there wasn't enough saber action in it for me. Well, so that's my problem. Is Vader coming out exactly? And Vader gave me a little tease, and I was like, okay, if that was in there more, then it would have easily cracked top 5. But it gave me a taste of what Vader could truly do. And I don't want to taste. I want to see everything, like how he's portrayed in the comics.
Right. So we did bring up that that with the Attack of Clones, we actually met Jango Fett, and we got to see Boba for the first time.
Yes, correct.
And we actually learned Boba is just a clone that was unaltered. But one thing we forgot to bring up that we finally got to see in this, the clones. I mean, that's kind of like the biggest part of that movie is the clone. So, and one thing, I was watching it, and one thing I do want to ask real quick. Yoda's on the battlefield. There is a clone trooper standing there with yellow, and he calls him Commander. Is that the first time we've seen Commander Cody? And that's what went through my head when I watched that today. Is that Commander Cody?
Could
be. I mean,
could be.
You see Rex, you see the Bad Batch, you see Echo, Fives, all of them. There's nobody else in the series with yellow. You don't see anybody else really with a yellow helmet or anything like that.
Most of Obi-Wan's troops, aren't they all yellow? But he was the only one that was yellow in this.
Yeah, Commander Cody's been the only one we see truly wear, the yellow as Commander Cody. So I'd say it's fair to say that that's definitely Cody. Yeah, it's definitely Cody.
So, but I think that's going to wrap it up, guys. We've gone way over an hour.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
So next week we will be doing Revenge of the Sith.
Yes.
So
that's number 1 2 times.
So we're going to start to see more of Anakin fall.
Yes.
In that movie. And to me, I think it's the best movie out of the prequels.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Out of the series, out of the whole trilogy, out of the whole.
Don't go that far. Don't go that far. But it's good. It's the best one of the first 3. Yeah.
So what is it? The Rise of Skywalker is the best one. Maybe this is the Last Jedi.
Oh no.
It's Empire.
No, don't go there. No.
Empire.
Yeah, that's right. We got the original. We got the original.
So Mikey, let me ask you: from 4, 5, 6, which one's your best one? The most that you like?
That's a great question. I would say it's got to be Empire Strikes Back.
Thank you.
It's that defining moment where it's Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. Yeah, absolutely. That's the.
It's probably the best story out of those 3 too. Yeah. So, all right. So let's go ahead and wrap it up.
Let's do it, man.
Yeah. So, like I said, next week we're going to be doing Revenge of the Sith. If you guys want to come back, I'd be happy for you to come back. If you're not able to, I understand. So
sure, I'll be back.
I know.
I was hoping for the invite. It's Revenge of the Sith, my favorite one, so I'll be there.
Be there. Bring the dog next time and keep it there. Tell Arlene to do something else.
So I want to thank everybody in the chat for coming in and supporting us. I completely appreciate it. I know a lot of you may not even be Star Wars fans that are in here. That I appreciate that so much for you being here. Thank you, Gonzo, for being my co-host on this show.
Thank you.
Ken, VP, Mike, thank you all for being here. If you guys got something going on that you want to let them know what you got going on, let's go ahead and start. You want to start, VP, anything with your channel that you want to?
Yeah, Friday I have a live 6 o'clock from Epcot. So you can set your reminders. It's already, I posted it out there on my channel, Adventures with VP. So be sure to check that out. Gonzo will be there. My wife and my daughter, Kenny 0075 MC squared 12. He'll be there.
I'm going to change my name.
And then I'm hoping to get 2 vlogs out. One with the, hopefully tomorrow after work I can get it edited. It's just been a crazy week. So looking forward to Friday and Saturday to get some Disney and some de-stressing.
Right.
Better. Stay home. Stay home. Don't go. Better. So we can do
I'm staying home.
No, you, Arlene. She says, "Wait, you didn't tell me Gonzo will be there." So go. Better. Listen, we spent 10 hours together alone, and was the best 10 hours ever in my life. Stay home,
Sandra,
Arlene.
I hope you're not still in here, Sandra.
Is there? Did I miss something? Is there a love-hate relationship between you and Mom right now?
No. Tell her to tell you.
It's the haters gonna hate, huh?
They just like to mess with each other.
I love it. I love it.
Ken, do you upload any videos to your YouTube channel here?
Punch BP, no me. Punch BP.
Not for a couple days.
Not for a couple days. All right. And Gonzo.
Yo. Not for a couple of days.
Nothing for a couple of days.
No, tomorrow we have
I know.
Doug Disney. Then Friday I'm gonna be with VP and Kenny 50007/22 divided by 16. In episode for a couple of hours. It's gonna be fun. And then we go from there. It's fun stuff. Yeah. Thank you, by the way. Appreciate it.
The only thing I have this week is This Week in Disney on Sunday, where I'm gonna update you on all the Disney news in the past week. But as for that, if you haven't subscribed to all these guys, please go and subscribe. They're great stuff, great content, and I'm pretty sure probably everybody in the chat has already done that.
And by all means, if anyone hasn't subscribed to Chris, subscribe to him. Almost to 400 subscribers. Almost there.
Almost to 400.
And if you were Chris, unsubscribe from me, please resubscribe.
By the way, Chris, our friend visit your channel today. You got the thumbs down. Probably the same one that goes to my channel as well.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Working on creating mine, sort of delaying it, procrastinating, but when I do get it, let y'all know.
Well, you know, a thumbs down always means they had to come in and watch a little bit.
Yeah. So thanks for the view hour or view minutes, whatever it was. Thank you.
All right. So as for that, we're gonna have to say goodbye and may the force be with you.
As always. See ya.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
Have a good night, chat.
Arlene.